Well, Google just ruined their iconic search. Yep, this search over here that we've all seen over the last 25 years has been the same, but now they are changing it to AI. This is a huge deal because, as I said, this has been the same for the last 25 years, but Google has now decided to basically make it an AI slop search instead of actual human search because they have now unveiled an AI powered overhaul of search centered around a reimagined intelligent search box. What the company describes as the biggest change to this entry point to the web since the search box debuted more than 25 years ago. Instead of returning a simple list of links, Google search will drop users into AI powered interactive experiences at times. Google is also introducing tools that can dispatch, quote, information agents to gather information on a user's behalf, along with tools that let users build personalized mini maps tailored to their needs. So it's essentially going to look like this. It's essentially going to be another chat GPT type style where it's going to be like you're basically talking to an AI bot and they're going to give you more thorough searches, but more thorough searches, especially with the sense of AI, is actually going to be a lot more inaccurate searches as well. Instead of getting human reviewed articles and human reviewed search results, you're going to be getting more prioritized to see AI powered articles and search results and all that type of stuff. The resulting experience will no longer look much like how people envision Google search, which has long been defined by ranked links to websites that have the information you need. With the revamped, aka awful, search experience, the new search box simply expands to accommodate longer, more conversational queries rather than making you decide what type of search experience or mode you want to choose at the start of your query. It'll also have a new AI-powered query suggestion system that goes beyond autocomplete to help people craft more complex and nuanced queries, Google says. So here's another example over here. I'm going to assume the person over here looked up like what are some exercises that I can do at my desk, and they were able to get all this over here. So yeah, basically it is just going to be another way of having ChatGPT essentially there. I mean, Google has already had Gemini, and basically there's already Gemini search results when you look up anything. For example, when you Google anything, the first thing that shows up is an AI overview talking about, giving you like a brief review of what you're talking about. Like whenever you Google anything, the first thing that always pops up is an AI overview, which like is pretty much automatically generated. And they usually don't even really answer your question or get whatever you're asking for wrong. And the actual stuff that might actually better answer your question is way down here after the AI generated summary. But if you notice, this actually happens after you search something up, not before. With the way that they're going to be ruining Google search now before, it's not even going to look like this anymore. Instead, it is going to be like a chat box type thing where you're going to essentially be having a conversation with the AI. So yeah, sounds pretty awful to me. So people may be wondering why Google is doing this, right? Well, I mean, is there any other reason other than money? I mean, Google has been making more money than ever before, and they actually have a legitimate chance pretty soon to become the #1 company in the world. They've always been around like that top 5, top 10 range, but recently they've really exploded in growth, and now they're sitting comfortably at #2, and they even surpassed Apple over here. The only company ahead of them right now in terms of market cap is Nvidia. And again, with all of Google's AI implementation and them firing their employees and replacing them with AI, they are more likely to actually become #1 in the next year or two. Remember, something we've already went over so many times in different videos is Google says that 75% of the company's new code is AI generated. So they have a massive hard on for AI right now. They want AI to be in absolutely everything. And I'm going to assume this is completely motivated by money, right? They want to make sure that they can make as much money as possible. And also, you guys know that the vast majority of the videos on this channel are about YouTube and YouTube related issues. I think you guys can see where I'm going. If Google is willing to change their iconic search, the most visited website on planet Earth that has been this same way for over 25 years, won't they be willing to do the same with YouTube? Obviously, as I'm sure we all know, Google owns YouTube, right? So if they're willing to change their own iconic search, won't they be willing to do it with YouTube? So as you guys can see, right now, the YouTube search is just type in whatever you want to type, and you get videos or shorts related to whatever you're looking for. So let's say you look for this boring loser YouTuber over here, right? When you go ahead and look at my channel and the videos that are here, you're already getting stuff like AI generated summaries and stuff on the videos and stuff. And those are annoying, but for the most part, we can just ignore them. But instead, what if Google makes it so this will also become a chat box like thing? So basically it's going to look like you're having a conversation with an AI YouTube bot as opposed to just doing a normal search. There's not a company in the world that is leaning into AI more than Google, so it is a very concerning thought. I mean, the idea that everything would be AI in terms of Google and YouTube, and it's already headed there, is pretty scary. But also, as a user of the internet and as someone who's been using the internet my entire life, it's also kind of like a sad feeling as well. I know this kind of sounds weird, but Google search is so iconic. It's been around for so long. So the idea of it changing, and not even changing like a little bit in terms of the aesthetic or the style or whatever, no, completely changing to where it looks unrecognizable to where it was before, that just makes me really sad. And it just kind of shows how that older era of the internet, the more simple era of the internet, is dying and it's being replaced by AI. I mean, this search box was used so much to just Google all of the random things that you would want to know about. And the first things that you would see would be actual human written articles where they would go ahead and do a lot of research and answer your question with the best results possible. Now it's going to be all AI. And we all know the inaccuracy of AI and how incompetent it can be, especially when compared to real people. The CEO was talking about this where he was saying when people use our AI powered features in search, they use search more. So they're claiming that people are more willing to use the AI powered features as opposed to the regular Google search. But I think for the most part, it's just because they don't really have a choice. I mean, we already know, as we already said, Google is doing this because they want to make more money, but it's also because ChatGPT has challenged them and kind of made them a little bit scared in terms of the AI field. After OpenAI released ChatGPT in 2022, Google faced concerns that AI startups would disrupt its dominance in search. The worries deepened after one of its early AI products recommended that people use glue to make pizza. Basically, yeah, Google AI search was actually showing people, like they were like suggesting, oh, you could just use glue in your pizza and make it that way. I mean, we don't have to get into the inaccuracies of AI. I mean, it is so obvious. I mean, even ChatGPT, Google's competition in this field, they were originally, when you would ask them how many R's are in the word strawberry, they would tell you the incorrect amount of R's. So we're not exactly talking about the most polished feature out there in terms of AI search optimization and stuff. But yeah, even after reading this article, it is obvious that Google is doing this for money. And not that we needed any confirmation, but we actually have some empirical data to prove this as well. The Gemini app, which can do coding and research, now has 900 million active users, about the same as ChatGPT, and they're using AI to burrow into more pockets of the digital economy. Richard Kramer, a financial analyst with Arete Research, said the changes were helping Google make more money from advertising. Last year, Google's ad clicks rose 6%, and it charged 7% more for each click. The company's annual profit has more than doubled since 2022 to 132 billion. And obviously the concept of AI helping Google make more money applies to YouTube as well, as we went over in so many different videos. YouTube is making more money than ever before, and it is through the use of their AI. I mean, their AI is making it so they don't have to pay real employees. They're making it so they can make so much money off of search results, and they're making so much money off of ad clicks as well. I mean, there's a reason why YouTube and Google keeps ignoring the masses, the millions, possibly billions of people that use their services, saying, hey, we're kind of getting tired of all this AI stuff. They just don't care. I mean, they just want to make money. That is the only important thing to them. Google sold themselves out to where their reputation has been completely ruined now, especially because this news is very early right now. I mean, some of you guys are probably hearing this for the first time from this video. I mean, right now, as the days and weeks pass by, it's really going to set in for a lot of people like, wait, Google actually just ruined their search feature. You could argue that Google search is the most iconic part of the internet. I know that sounds like a crazy statement, but think about it. Google is the most visited website in the world and has been for like a decade now. I mean, look at some of these statistics, right? There are approximately 16 billion searches on Google every day. 16 billion. Google processes 189,815 searches per second. And the US Google site gets about 88.5 billion visits each month, of which 5.6 billion are unique visitors. They have 5 billion people in the world using Google search every single month. And obviously, as it goes without saying, Google is the most visited website in the world, not even close, and it has not been close for a very, very long time. The second runner-up is their own company, their own organization, YouTube. So even if they were to get passed up by YouTube, it would still essentially be Google winning. They would be making money. And it just goes to show that despite the fact that they already have such dominance over the internet and the world in general, they have somehow still not made enough money. They want even more money. I mean, it is the epitome of greed. These guys were actually willing, and they now have done so. They have ruined their most iconic feature, and they're doing it because they just want to lean into AI, the thing that pretty much everybody hates. So yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the situation in the comments. Google just ruined their search feature. It's a dark time for the internet, man. Everything is just going to become AI. Please leave a like in the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more. See ya.